the sort of play we saw under Manu Garba. Look at Lazarus, and you see a little bit of Musa Mohammed in the way he goes forward and the way he retreats. But Tony, let's talk about this team. Have we seen more of development, or people are just willing to see them go on to win this trophy?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is we've won this tournament 4 times. So it's not as if we don't want to win again. But at the same time, the more important thing for us is to be able to throw up players who will, in the 4-5 years, be there for Nigeria. We need to clarify one thing very, very, very importantly for people to understand. Not all these boys are going to be playing to the highest level. Some of them are going to lose form. Some of them are going to go off football. Some of them are going to just fail to move beyond a certain level. But at least 3, 4, 5 should be able to make the kind of progress. And the Japan are the 3 squad that produced the Kanus, the Orumas, the Paraku, Babayaros. I mean, a lot of those guys, 3 years down the line, were helping us become Olympic champions. And some of them went on to the World Cup in France 98 and all of that. So that's exactly what we want to see. We want to see these guys in the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. In 10 years, they should be 27. They should be playing at their peak. That's what we expect. So I'm happy that this is happening. But I think the real task is what the Nigerian Football Federation, the plans that they have unveiled. I mean, remember when Amaju Pinnick and this new board came on board, they said when you are under 17, the NFF is going to be involved in everything that you are involved do. Your scouts, the NFF will be involved to know what kind of contract you are signing, where they're taking you, and then whatever amount of money is made from these young stars, there's a percentage of it that must come back into the pot for football development, youth development in the Nigerian Football Federation. So I want to see the NFF match these words with action for these boys, and then we're able to see them make progress, grow gradually, like Kelechi has grown, and we are all happy for him. We want to see all these boys make that kind of progress that will put them in a good position to be useful to Nigeria in the future.
I totally agree with you. But when you look at this squad and the sort of style they play, will it be wrong to say in 5 years' time you start projecting that player at the highest level?
Well, you know, Austin, football is like I say, it's not. It's like a biscuit. You don't know where it's going to crack. You know, these guys, like Tony said, some could get injured, some could cave into pressure. You know, in the days ahead, we are going to see scouts, you know, all over them. Some could get carried away in the euphoria of the moment. You know, so that's why, you know, it's very, very expedient that the Nigerian Football Federation come up with a policy, a scheme to guide these players. They are still very, very young. Some could be very naive. Scouts could lure them with supposedly juicy contracts, you know, temporarily, but they stand to gain more if they are guided towards a well laid out program. But playing like this in the next 5 years also depends on the kind of coach that will take charge of the Flying Eagles, his tactics, his philosophy, you know. So once again, I think the Federation, you know, should come up with a policy. You know, for instance, there was a time that the Brazilian national team were not good in defensive abilities. They believe that they can outscore anything. You know, but at the time, I don't know what they did. They started producing world-class defenders, and now the Brazilian team is a balanced team. So I think what we need to do is to look at the team. If there is any deficiency, if you want all of them to move to the Flying Eagles, if there are any deficiencies, tactically or otherwise, it could be sorted out before that time. But if you're going to put your money that this team might go like this, play the same way, I don't think it's not going to be foolproof. It's not going to be possible.
Okay, for every football fan in Nigeria, the aspiration is that talents will be developed from the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, and then we monitor them and see how far they can go playing football for the country. Okay, let's see some fixtures for the quarterfinals at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the winner between Ecuador and Mexico. So Nigeria will get to play the winner. Mexico, decent team.
We played them twice last time.
Last year, and
they were defending champions when we knocked them out.
Now opening game, defeated them, and then
6-1, I think. Then beat them 2-0 in the final.
But that's 2013, this is 2015. Well,
they were defending champions when we beat them. Now we are defending champions.
Okay, so let's see.
Let's see how it goes, but I'm optimistic.
But I'm sure somebody is saying, Tony, calm down, we don't want Mexico. Give us Ecuador.
Anybody. I mean, at this
They were
stage,
coming with some revenge.
at this stage, you should be ready to play anybody.
Okay, so
Just taking one game at a time.
that's
at this stage.
That's the quarterfinal fixtures. Ecuador will play Mexico, while Belgium will play Costa Rica. We're counting down 2 more games, and then you get your winner. We'll just try to understand the team would like to play in the semis. Where would you like to go?
Well, we should be ready to play anything.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I think we should take some lessons from what the Brazilian coach said after we defeated them yesterday. He said, for these young lads, the learning process continues. That should be it. Whether we play Ecuador or Mexico, let the learning process continue for these guys, so that in the next 3 or 4 years or 5 years, like Tony said, these guys will be like Akpan, your namesake could be in the Super Eagles.
I mean, if we are beginning to choose the people who will be playing in the under 17, what are we going to be doing at under 20, under 23, or at national team senior level?
Then we don't really have any business at the tournament.
Because at this point, even if we stay as analysts and say for development, the football fan on the street was bragging right. He wants to go out and say Nigeria retained the World Cup. Just something for them to talk about.
Just to buttress your point. I mean, if we're insisting that it is for development, doesn't mean you won't go to win if you have a chance to win.
Yeah, sure.
Winning is also part of the winning culture, of the learning culture that you want these boys to imbibe. So that we say is development, that doesn't mean we tell them, look, you guys have done well, go and lose.
But don't lose, and then you come back, you tell coach, pack your load and go, and then you abandon the team.
Just go there. If you win it, it's part of the building culture, part of the winning attitude, mentality that you're trying to cultivate. So that it is development doesn't mean we won't try to win. We will try to win. But whatever comes, the most important thing is how these boys play and what potentials they display for the future.
That's what it is, the future. That's the word. That's what the FIFA Under-17 World Cup is actually designed for. Just develop talents and see how they can actually grow to become future stars. So, leaving the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, let's talk about the CAF Award. It has been cut short to 10 man now, and sadly, no Nigerian player there.
Well, you see, in every Nations Cup year, I think players that have their countries the Nations Cup, usually have the edge, and this is what we are seeing. Apart from, I think Mohamed Salah, Andrea Ayew, Ghana, Abedeno, Tunisia, Valencia, Ibrahim Modena, Sudan. Well, El Hilal, Tony, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been quite inspirational for Borussia Dortmund. Scoring goals at will. Then Sadio Mane, I think our players have not really, been up to expectation. Then we didn't qualify for the Nations Cup. Their clubs. I think Musa's club, the Musa and Vincent Ayama, the only 2 Nigerians that made the cut before it was reduced, had to wait till the last day to see if they could qualify for the UEFA Champions League. So I think what it means is that we need to start having our players, play at the top level, play regularly for the country, and be in a position to win this award. But as it is now, a lot is still missing.
So it doesn't speak well for national team football, particularly with the Super Eagles. And you work with the team. When this sort of development come on, how does the players take it?
Yeah, well, it's just a reflection of the amount of work we need to do. Our individual players and our team. As we only talked about not qualifying for the Nations Cup, Egypt also didn't go.
Yeah, but Salah.
But Omar Ben Salah was in top form in the Serie A.
Yeah.
So and then Musa was very, very good in Russia, but I don't know how much of an impact the Russian league makes in Africa. Because of the peculiarity of the Russian league and all of that. But I think the lesson for us is that we have to begin to get our team together and give opportunities to our players to win titles for our teams, and then play well for their clubs as well, which is why I totally agree with what Coach Sunday Olise is doing, telling the players that, look, the most important thing for you is to get regular playing time in your club, make impact. When you make that kind of impact, people are able to see you, people are able to know what you can do, and then offers come from bigger clubs, and then you can keep moving. But if you want to stay and say you're in a big club and you're not getting regular playing time and you're not being used, you just sit there, your people just look at you as an addendum of